chance. Just because it's really hard. Like having a perfect play in Hearthstone in a game where it's like limited or hidden knowledge, it's so hard to make a perfect play. Sometimes you just have to take a guess, take a chance, do a risk and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like the game right now as it stands. Actually, to be honest.
But on the other hand, it's like it's good for the new players because you're a new player, just join it,
Oh
start
yeah,
playing, and you
yeah.
can you can sign up for the tournament like this, like 500 people tournament, and maybe face Savitz round one and ECOP round two, like be able to actually play versus them. Where in reality, it will be super hard to play versus like top StarCraft players or maybe like top poker players or whatever game you like, or like play versus Cloud9 or TSM in League of Legends, just right out of the bat. And
Oh,
here in Hearthstone, the game is starting, right?
yeah, the game is started. I'm sorry to interrupt you. That was mean. But yeah, let's just agree that Hearthstone is a very good game. It's definitely esports worthy. And right now we have Greensheep, a green ship. No, he's a sheep, not ship. Greensheep versus Tomof in our third and final last round of 32, and then we'll jump right into round of 16. We'll see a warrior, of course, a control warrior versus actually a Death Rattle priest.
Yeah, and this is pretty important game because we had three people who are considered pro foreign players, advanced. Oh, we actually have Chakruna as well. Chakruna is a very good player. He was, I would say, he's a tier two pro. Like he still needs a breakthrough moment, so that's why nobody. People know him, but he's not that known yet. But the most known players who are playing, we are seeing them all. So Sixo, we've seen Sixo, he advanced. We've seen ECOP, he didn't. And right now, Greensheep with his tournament life on the line, will be playing versus Tomof. And if he loses this match, he's out. If he wins, he's in the round of 16.
Right. So definitely a do or die situation for both players. Now, an Acolyte Pain is actually quite good here. As we can see, Tomof doesn't have a way to deal with it. It's going to guarantee, well, pretty much two draws. Unless, there's a weird silence that comes in on the on one Acolyte, which I don't believe is going to happen. Generally, this matchup, though, I do think that the Priest actually has an edge. Because it plays kind of like a zoo deck. And in a sense, if the warrior doesn't start off with a lot of with basically fire war axe, I don't say what a lot of weapons, but basically fire war axe, then he's pretty far behind in my opinion.
Sorry, I'm not watching the game right now.
Oh.
I'm checking the brackets because
Oh, okay.
I realized that I want to like talk about the French players as well because there is a lot of great French players in this tournament and
Right.
in this top around of 32, and I
Yep.
just want to talk about them a bit. But
Actually, it might be good if you find out some biographies of like the players that are going to be showcasted, so we can like showcase them a little bit. That would be pretty nice.
we tried it on day one, but unfortunately there is no time for stuff like that. Like
Ah,
because
okay.
we have so many things happening. Also, there's the second tournament going on that we talked about, the side event.
Oh
So
no. Okay.
yeah, I mean, the players come first. Like this event is all about the players, and we want to make it as good as possible for the players who are here. We are doing our best for the viewers as well, and you guys who are watching us right now. But we can't, like we have to split our resources, right? And the players who are here, they invested to be here
Yeah.
with flights and stuff. We have to make it as good as possible for them. And as you've seen, they are pretty happy right now.
Yeah, I guess that's a reasonable thing to say. Now the ooze is gonna be so deadly here. Wow, Green Sheep actually got oozed, and that weapon was kind of like the out, and now. What is? Oh, he drew a shield slam. I guess that was reasonable. But you do want minions. I believe you always put minions before you put spells. That's like the general tip for any new Hearthstone players. That's because spells are terminal and they don't last. Whereas minions, they need a turn to get ready to attack or something like that. So yeah, that's usually a tip I keep in mind a lot.
Can you talk about the matchup, by the way? Like, how does Priest work versus Warrior? What do you need to win? What are the key cards?
Yeah, right now it's just that Death Rattle Priest plays it very very similar to a zoo. So you just keep board control. Make sure that the warrior doesn't have a superb brawl, and then just keep on pressuring them that way. And the ooze really just helped. It was in the key moments. But Greensheep does have a lot of cards, just thanks to the Acolyte of Pain. He will try to basically gain back the tempo of the board throughout this whole game. And then once he does have it, then the Death Rattle Priest usually can't come back. Because with Death Rattle Priest, you cut off a lot of cards. Like you cut Thought Steal. You maybe even cut a Death. You know, you do not run Pains at all. So it's very hard for a Priest to come back in the losing situation.
How important is Thought Steal, by the way? I always wondered. Like,
Thought Steal against a Control Warrior? So important! How many Legendary do they run? They run 1,000,000, right? So if you Thought Steal a deck of 30 cards with 1,000,000 Legendaries, you're bound to get 1 or 2, you know? And the hidden power of Thought Steal is that you can actually steal the same legendary that you already have. So you make it so that your opponent can't really count your cards. So like if they Thought Steal a Sylvanas and they play a Sylvanas and you go like, oh yeah, sure, I can swarm the board now. There's no more Sylvanas, right? And you go like, haha, it just tricked you, you know?
Yeah, oh my god, double Sylvanas. So basically the Thought Steal is that strong that even Brian Kibler would approve of this Thought Steal.
Against Warrior, I'm pretty sure he would approve of that card. There are some matches where it's pretty crappy, but overall it's good enough to warrant it in every deck.
Okay, that seems like a very interesting matchup that requires some skill and preparation and knowing what's happening. And do you think that can you say that Tomof is actually putting it correctly right now?
Tomof is playing a different style right now based on the current situation. He's actually drawing more cards than putting on the board. And based on this play, I would assume that he wants to bait out a brawl first before committing everything. Usually you only have a limited time window against the Warrior because they have such big legendaries that you can't deal with them. But Tomof is going with the strategy to like try and bait out the brawl, don't commit, don't overcommit, and then win with possibly Ysera or Mind Control.
Okay, sounds fair. And for the Warrior then.
For the Warrior, yeah, he's Greensheep is just like kind of stalling the game in a sense, trying to keep up with the board control until he can draw the legendaries. Usually, your objective in a matchup is the opposite of that is the opponent's objective, right? Usually that's the case. For example, the easiest matchup to explain is Freeze Mage versus Priest, right? Freeze Mage wants to burst you down with Alexstrasza and kill you in 2 turns, whereas the Priest wants to kill the Mage before Alexstrasza comes down or overheal after Alexstrasza comes down. So if you don't know what to do against a certain matchup, you can actually just play that matchup different in the opposite way and ask yourself the same question and then just flip it around. Because usually it's just inverse.
Play around their win condition.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we were testing this matchup for BlizzCon qualifier? I killed you. You were playing Warrior, I was playing Priest.
Oh no, yes.
How surprised were you when I played a second Grommash and
oh jeez. That was
being
terrible.
A priest?
And you were at fatigue too. You were fatiguing. So
yeah, I was fatiguing. So first Thought Steal, guys, I actually stole Grommash and Whirlwind from Amaz's deck. And then second Thought Steal, I stole Grommash and Taskmaster.
Yeah,
and
that was so sick. That was just disgusting.
You didn't play around it.
Oh well, yeah, of course I didn't play around it. See, that's the thing. Like, you can't play around Thought Steal. It's one of those cards. So a Shield Slam here removes the Arcanine. The Arcanine is actually one of the strongest minions against this matchup because the Hero Power can just stop the board from developing at all. So that was kind of important. Tomof, I guess, really wants to draw a Cabal Shadow Priest as well, because look at Greensheep's hand. Every single minion is Cabalable, or Cabalable. Yeah, I guess that's a word.
Cabalable.
Exactly.
That's the hashtag. Watch GamersOrigin Cup 2. Amaz and Gnimsh. Hashtag Cabalable.
Oh man. Greensheep is kind of deciding where to drop the Acolyte here, or oh yeah, I guess it just passes. You just hate to see a Cabal Shadow Priest on an Acolyte Pain. You just want to cry. Not only do you lose a card, you also give your opponent a card, and you also give your opponent 1/3. That's like a triple whammy. Okay, that's not good. You don't want that to happen.
He has so much armor.
Yeah, but oh man, not a easy way to deal with the Ysera right now. I mean, he could YOLO Brawl. He could also add in the Kit Kats and Brawl. But this Ysera, the more turns it stays on the board, the harder it is for the warrior to come back. We know that warrior is the king of removals actually, but you only have so much removals that you can't just keep up with like Emerald Drake after Dream and stuff like that. Izera needs to be stopped.
I think you go for a 33%.
You go for the Kit Kat Sprawl?
Yeah, the Kit Kat Brawl.
Well, I mean, it does have a higher 50% chance. I mean, it is Kit Kat Sprawl, right? So, 50% chance would be just Brawl.
Yeah, it's a tough decision. Like being a warrior, you never want to put yourself in such a weird spot.
And it's gonna be the Kit Kat Sprawl! Greensheep's gonna rub his hands and ploop! Kit Kats didn't lie!
Oh wow, he actually didn't lie.
Oh no.
Kit Kats, please.
Kit Kats, please. I mean, that is a 5 mana Twisting Nether that doesn't kill the Kit Kats. Jeez.
It's even better.
However, Greensheep is still fighting from behind here. Just because that Tomof has drawn so many cards this match, you know? Just so many.
And he got Ysera Awakens. How important it is in this matchup.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I know
it's so important. It kills everything. Right? It just kills everything.
Wipes it's just a board wipe. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a board wipe. Okay.
Do you think the card is overpowered? By the way, Ysera Awakens, like because you don't feel it's overpowered because people rarely get it. Like you have so many Laughing Sisters to plow through before you get Awakens.
Right.
But maybe it is a bit overpowered. Maybe it should be like 4 damage to the board.
Actually, you know what? That's a very interesting point because I think Ysera cards are very well, I mean, every single card, they're kind of like situational, I would say. But it's just that Ysera Awakens, you just always want it. It's always good. So is it compared to everything else? Like Nightmare is situational, right? You need a minion, or you need to combo it with something else like a BGH or something. Dream is situational. Laughing Sister is situational because it just sucks. And Emerald Drake, you know, it can get BGH. So like I think Ysera Awakens, if you put it that way, it is kind of broken with 2 mana, a 2 mana 5 damage to the board. Quite crazy.
Yeah, it's just interesting because you don't see it that often. I mean, we haven't seen Ysera in a long time in the meta game, but right now it's back. So Ysera Awakens is terrorizing people again.
Yeah, before people didn't play it because, you know, it seems like it's too slow because you do drop Ysera and it doesn't do anything the turn you drop it because you still have to have a turn to play the card. And then people are running a lot of mid-range, even a lot of aggro. But, you know, the game has started to slow down once again. People do like the, you know, do like Warrior, for example. Warrior is super mega popular right now. So Ysera is like a perfect counter to that. Now, 31 armor is a lot. Let's just.
Oh man, look at the armor. Just
man.
look at it. It's so shiny.
But we know that the armor is just all gonna vanish as soon as Greensheep loses board control. It's just gonna vanish.
Vanishing armor, it's even better.
Oh god. Alright, Tomof's plan right now is just to not let his opponent draw too much if possible. Because yeah, he is definitely ahead in cards. So there's 2 things, right? You don't want Greensheep to draw too much, so it doesn't put more answers on the board, and you also want to kill him fast before, you know, the crazy combo happens. Although yeah, it's looking like he's at a very good position. Oh no, Ysera is gonna get mind controlled. That's terrible. So we see the twin sisters, the dragons, that comes up, and oh no. So what do you do if you're Greensheep here?
Well, I have to quickly check where are you with the game.
Oh no, I guess it's pretty simple if you draw the Death's Bite.
Yeah, with Death's Bite it's
just
pretty
do that.
simple.
Yeah. Wow.
I would have to ask another question. Like, which matchup do you prefer? Do you prefer this kind of like priest versus warrior, which is very intricate, and sometimes there is a lot of resident sleeper, but on the other hand, the matchup is pretty intriguing, like with a lot of back and forth.
Right.
Or do you prefer like Zoo versus Hunter, for example, or like Hunter Mirror, where it's really dynamic and super fast?
Yeah, my style does prefer the slower matchups because you can see that the build up, especially to like the mid game and stuff like that, there's a lot of decisions that you need to like keep in mind of that will affect the late game a lot. Like you do not want to overcommit. In terms of like aggressive decks, usually just play all your mana, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense not to use every single point of mana. But yeah, maybe that's just me. Some people do like seeing aggressive decks, going at it, you know.
Oh, I
That
like
can get
the
really
aggressive
fun.
matchups. I
Yeah.
like the intensity of aggro versus aggro, where one small mulligan mistake can cost you the game.
Yeah.
Where and you know, control versus control. Obviously, aggro versus control is different, but control versus control, full resident sleeper mode
Hmm.
is you can make like a small mistake in the beginning, but then you might not lose because it's still going into like turn 8, 9, 12, 15,
Yeah,
17.
I guess so. It can also compare it to like, you know, food, right? I mean, I prefer like a 12-course meal over like, you know, fast food, for example. Can you compare it to food?
No, I'm not talking about food with you anymore.
Hmm.
Yesterday I had some poisoned pizza.
It's poisson pizza, Gnimsh.
Oh,
Poisson.
that's why it tasted like
Uh,
fish.
oh my
Okay.
god. That's interesting. We did not see a mind control on the Sylvanas, which is actually pretty cool. I like that. I don't like mind controlling a Sylvanas where there are so many more better targets. You just let Sylvanas just do whatever she wants to do, you know? Sylvanas is going to trade here, and then it's probably going to be a shield slam on the Sylvanas, I believe. And then it's going to be a dragon. So yeah,
Hmm.
Greensheep might feel like it's safe to put up any minion right now because there's no mind control. So yeah, I mean, I would feel that way too.
I think Alexstrasza is the best card to play because if you get a first mind control and mostly priest play only one,
Mm-hmm.
you can still get away with it somehow. Alexstrasza is just an 8/8. I mean, it is a lot, but I would prefer Alexstrasza to be mind controlled rather than Ysera or Ragnaros.
Oh, of course, yeah. So, but then the thing is, like, after you use Alexstrasza, you feel like you only have a window to like kill your opponent, right? Because they're gonna just heal up. If you use Alexstrasza, if for example, Greensheep use Alexstrasza now, and there's gonna be like a mind control, and even if you can deal with it with a Ragnaros or whatever, you still are on a well on an artificial clock, you might say, because you only have like Garmash burst afterwards. So that's a problem. Well, I don't see anything but the mind control coming down here. I guess what Tomof is thinking of is, does he want to kill the Sylvanas first so that so that there's no way the Izera is gonna get mind controlled? Just give him a, you know, a useless minion. I guess they're not useless minions, but I think having a Izera is just much better.
Yeah, I certainly agree.
Mm-hmm.
Just attack face with everything. Like he was probably thinking if he wants to attack with a 3/4, and
Oh,
maybe there's a way to trade after that. But
yeah,
I agree with like going for face with everything.
yeah.
And he got a
A
laughing
laughing sister.
sister.
You hate to see that happen. Wow, we have, yeah, of course we see Ganon because Tomof did thoughts. Wait, no wait, whoa. Tomof did not thought steal again, did he?
I wanted to ask you, by the way,
Yeah, I
because
wasn't keeping track. Damn
Geddon
it.
is not a standard card.
Okay, I don't think so. I don't think he thought stole the Ganon. I think chat will help us confirm because the Lotheb is golden, right? Or is, oh mate, it might be just a regular thought steal and the Lotheb is golden anyways. Oh, I'm not really sure. We might need a chat to think about that here. But wow, this Alexstrasza is pretty fat, and 811 is pretty fat.
Oh wow, shots fired. Come on.
Why?
It's a why do you call Extras fat?
It's thick boned.
Probably it's a
Oh
drag.
no! The thick boned Alexstrasza got the D, got the top deck D. You hate to see that happen. But yeah, Chad is saying that he did thought steal the Baron, the Lotheb and the Geddon. So it does run thought steal. So well, good for him. Very nice card in the Warrior matchup.
I have to remind you that this stream is PG6 or was before Alex Straza got the D.
Right, Alexstrasza did get the D. What are you talking about? Hearthstone PG6, right? Gnimsh PG6 game,
Yes,
PG6
it's a
game.
PG6.
I don't know what you're thinking about.
What are you seeing? Ragnaros? I am seeing Ragnaros.
Yeah, and I see attack, and a Wizetta awakens. Oh
Well
my
played.
god. Well, Warrior just got demolished there. Just constant board pressure from the priest, and the mind control just seal things off. And I see mind control is a pretty good win condition. Yeah. So
Yeah, it's a pretty good card, especially in a control matchup when you rely on those big creatures that are going to win you the game. And then mind control just kills your creature and spawns the same kind of creature on your side of the board.
yeah.
That's a good trade. Remember the times when it costed 8 mana?
Yeah. And you know when it changed to 10 mana, nobody played it anymore. It was like so bad, but now it's back. I'm glad it's back. Like
Same card, now back in the metagame.
yeah. I just think that every card should be playable in some way. So if I was actually like Blizzard, I would like buff Magma Rager and stuff like that. You know, just make it somewhat playable.
What about the Wisp? No love
Wisp?
for the Wisp?
Maybe Wisp is good. Maybe when there's a new card that comes out, you know, it might be good.
Something to trigger Wisp with Illidan, and then we have like an Illidan deck where you Wisp and get the tokens
Yeah.
and then swarm the board.
Something like that. Or Wisp can actually be buffed to 1/2. I think 1/2 is perfectly fine too.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Like 1/2 blank for 0.
Yeah.
But you never know. Like you have to test this stuff because
I
maybe then
guess.
Leopardome is out of the metagame, and you don't want to get Leopardome out of the metagame.
Well, you don't want to get Lepino out of the metagame.
Oh yeah.
Man. But yeah, we see that it's going to be a Miracle Rogue against the Priest. Pretty hard matchup for the Priest. Kind of want to cry. We are going to see a 4/4 here, Edwin. That's usually a good opener because, I mean, look at your hand. Your hand kind of sucks. So that's perfectly reasonable. Tomof, on the other hand, decided not to put the cleric at turn 1, which is quite interesting. I personally just slam the cleric turn 1 every single time. But then I do play the classic priest. I do not play the Death Rattle variant, so it might be a little bit different. I do think that the Blade Master is going to come down here. You just need something on the board.
What do you think about the 4/4 Edwin overall versus the Priest?
Oh,
I think
so
it's pretty
annoying.
good.
So it's like an Innervate Yeti. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree. It's a pretty good play,
Mm-hmm.
especially because it's 4/4, so it's really hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Greensheep's hands is not bad. I mean, he has gadgets and auctioneer. He doesn't have a coin. It could be a lot better, but it's not terrible right now.
He needs to draw into answers, basically. But Tomof, on the other hand, it doesn't look bad. I mean, if you have 2 Alkanize, you're not really afraid of playing the first one because you always have a second one. So yeah, I do think that the Blade Master into Alkanize play is the best play. But we might see we see a Dark Cultist. It's just gonna die, unfortunately.
By the way, guys, for all of you who just joined, we are watching GamersOrigin Cup 2. 500 people Swiss. Right now, this is the round of 32 players. 32 players left. Most of the round is actually finished. I feel this is the last match we are seeing. If Greensheep wins this match, he will advance to round of 16. If he loses, he's out. And then we'll be watching the round of 16 match.
Awesome. So it's a heal plus double zombies. Not bad. Zombies are very important against Miracle Rogue because they're effectively trading for resources. And without Deadly Poison, it's just so annoying to deal with zombies. Greensheep is going to backstab and punch and possibly deal with the... do you even deal with the other one? Huh, I guess you do. You do not want an Alkanize swing, huh?
Yeah, I think it's fine. Like playing zombies is a signal that there is a possible Okanai. And you also want to protect your Edwin with 4 attack. If you're able to clear the board against the priest and just keep your 4 attack minions, it's working pretty well in the long run.
Oh, Belch is a good draw. Belch is pretty good. I like that. Oh, a Shade for Greensheep. He's playing the Shade variant. We don't see that card too often. Yeah.
Golden Shade.
Golden Shade. I think Shade of Naxxramas by far has the best voice actor, so Blizzard needs to give him a raise.
It's a pretty good card overall.
I mean, is there any other... Well, I guess you could use the Shade here. And I guess you could sap this, it's just so that, you know, you lock down your opponent's next turn anyways. You certainly do not want to sap taunt creatures early on because they're just going to replay it. And then you go like, oh, what did I really do? But I guess in this case... Sorry? You can just Loatheb, yeah. But as we can see, like, if he Loatheb, it's actually really bad here. And oh, I like this. I think this is the best play. Um, it's very nice. Because I mean, if we know that if he loads up there, there's gonna be an Akanai and ping, and it's not gonna accomplish too much. Oh, here's a good turn. Let's heal with the Blade Master. And yeah, Greensheep just needs to draw into more spells to combo with his auction. Oh no, the double
Well,
auctioneer.
double Auctioneer is not that terrible right now because he doesn't have the spell, so possibly he can play Auctioneer and Cold Bloods
On the
with
shade?
it.
Oh yeah, that's actually
Yeah.
pretty good. I like that actually.
And then he draws the card, so he won't be like he still has the second Gadget Sun, so he won't be sad if the Gadget Sun is lost.
Yeah, I actually like that because the thing is with Cold Blood, if they kill your minion with a Cold Blood, you actually lost the 4 damage and it's just terrible. Oh, he decides to go with the Loatheb instead. Yeah, I actually like your play, Gnimsh. That would have been pretty good. I mean, this is not terrible, but I think yours was just a little bit better.
You know, especially after playing Shade and the Shade being alive for 1 turn, so that you escape the Holy Nova range.
Yeah, exactly. You don't escape like Pyromancer, Holy Nova, but that's not in the deck. You don't escape Alkanite Circle, but your opponent has minions. He's not gonna Alkanite Circle. So, oh man, oh no, that's kind of sad. He has to trade for everything and Alkanite down the shade. Uh, you give a Miracle Rogue time, and they're just gonna kill you. Is it reasonable to play 1 Auctioneer now and draw 2 cards?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's reasonable.
What do you think about Auctioneer Sap?
Auctioneer and Sap. Oh, I just don't like sapping a creature that's not really valuable. I'm not really sure I like that.
It gives you time, and they will have to do something to kill your Auctioneer, and you draw a card out of it.
Yeah,
And the
but then,
Auctioneer, if it survives, you're in a really good position.
I guess. Okay, he does agree with you. Sap right there, and the Auctioneer looks like it's gonna survive, unless Tomof top decks something here.
Well, this Auctioneer is in a pretty good spot still. So we might see a moment where Rogue is actually taking the game. And I mean, he will draw so many cards, he might actually get all those Cold Bloods in. Well played. Yeah, when Auctioneer survives, it's just a well played.
Yeah, that's kind of disgusting when that happens. Well,
Oh,
let's see
boy.
what magic is gonna happen with the preparation. Is this a magical world? You know, I guess the only way you can screw up your opponent possibly is just emote when they're miracling on you. But then of course you do fear the counter, which is Squelch. It's a pretty hard counter.
I actually like where I think Gadget-san is not the best design ever. I like the fact that we have a deck working like this, like a combo deck. So instead of just trading minions into minions and attacking, face, we have Gadget-san where you try to accumulate the combo parts, and then you have this 1 turn of excitement where you just spend all the cards, all resources, draw half of your deck or even the whole deck. Like, this is a bit of a different gameplay, and I hope that Hearthstone, I don't hope that Hearthstone goes.
Careful, Gnimsh. Careful.
Yeah, I know this is a really weird sentence. So I hope that we'll have more interactions in the future with the decks, not only minion trading, a bit more stuff that we can do.
Oh no! Did he do a mass bath? Did he do a mass bath? He a mass bathed. What? Look at Greensheep's eyeballs. Look at his eyeballs. It's like what the? Oh no! A mass bath. 4 + 4 + 2 does not equal 9. Oh man, you hate to see that happen.
Aww.
Ah. I do not feel good after that. I mean, look at this board now. Imagine if he had Shadow Madness. Oh no.
There's a there's a face desk.
Oh no.
It's like what I just did. Where am I?
Ah.
But you know those things happen. I mean, those guys are in the spotlight. Where Greensheep is already experienced because he played at the EU regionals in Stockholm. Tomof, it might be his first tournament, or even if it's not the first tournament, it might be his first time on the stage. And right now we have around 10,000 people watching us on both French and English streams. So shout out to you guys watching at homes. I hope you enjoy the event overall.
Alright, I actually prefer the other way. I actually prefer if Greensheep used an Azure here, and then you know, flurry there instead. But oh, whoa! He had lethal. Oh my god, a mass math again. I didn't see lethal. Wow.
So you don't like the lethal?
I guess I got owned. I was so focused on like, oh, Azure Drake is like play flurry hype because 3 + 2 = 5 because I can do math. Oh, but then Greensheep just killed his opponent. Yeah, that's cool too.
Is he crying? Is Tomof crying? Please, Tomof, don't
Tomof,
cry.
don't cry. Okay. Tomof, don't cry. I did a mistake too, okay? We're on the same boat. We're on the same boat.
Oh, you're on the same boat because he's a priest player, so you just vouch for him.
No, I just don't want him to cry.
Okay, I got you. So it's
Oh,
a
man.
tie right now. 1-1. One more game will decide who stays alive in this tournament and who has to go home.
Oh, by the way, I have some updates for you guys. I actually have the brackets here, and apparently I'm told not to show it, but I can say what it is. So 6-0 versus Esfane. 6-0 actually lost. 6-0 is out of the tournament, guys. Esfane won 2-1. Over on the other side, Brainstorm versus Castor. Brainstorm won, so Brainstorm is up in the round of 8. We have Maverick who beat Jal. And then finally we have Kapusai. Not Kapusai, guys. Kapusai, who beat Gamer Souls, the one we saw. So Gamer Souls is out after beating Ekop. So, yep, Kapusai is in. And finally we have Durlik, who beat UBK. So we have a few matches of the round of 16 actually finished. This is once again, guys, just to remind you, it is the round of 32. This is actually the last match of round of 32 that we're waiting on because we wanted to cast this. So here you are.
By the way, Chakruna is still alive. He's playing versus Aaron in the round of 16. Maybe we'll even stream it.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure if they started.
But hey, back to the game. Greensheep versus Tomof. This is the deciding round. It is a handlock versus a Miracle Rogue, of course, that we just saw, and seems like it's a good matchup for a handlock. But you know, we never know. Greensheep might do some miracles here.
Can you remind me, Amaz, what was the score of Kapasai?
Kapusai.
I think it's actually Kapwise.
No. Kapusai. God damn it, Gnimsh. Stop ruining the Twitch chat. And it's 2-0, okay? 2-0 for Kapusai.
Sure, Kapasai is winning. It's actually Kapasan. Senpai, please notice me.
Oh no. Anyways, Issue Watcher is gonna be pretty annoying here. It's gonna force Greensheep to sap it actually, and now the Giant is gonna go pretty much uncontested. Oh no. That was a pretty good play by Tomof there. Using the Sun Fury like that.
Okay, so we are seeing Handlock versus Rogue. By the way, a pretty good pick. Handlock is countering Rogue mostly.
Yeah,
But,
and good.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, who do you think has an edge right now looking at those hands? Because, you know, the matchups in general, maybe even if Handlock has like 80% advantage in theory, we are in a game right now, and still there's 20% chance that the Rogue will win, or like 30% even. So who's winning right now?
Yeah, I mean, Greensheep is doing what he can, and I do agree with the face playing the Giant here. I mean, your health doesn't really matter now that handlocks don't really do a lot of burst damage anymore with the exclusion of Leroy. But I think once the Rogue can deal with the first 2 creatures, then they're in a good spot. However, Tomof does have a 3rd creature that's very annoying to deal with, and that's a Sylvanas. So it's just hard for the rogue to deal with it. I mean, you just wasted so many resources. You wasted a resource dealing with the Twidrake. You wasted it dealing with the taunted Ancient Watcher. Greensheep even got to deal with the Giant, but now the Sylvanas is just too much. It's really just too much.
Well, he can still trade his SI7s into it, or ignore it completely and just go face.
You could, but then at the point, it just feels awkward because once again, you're getting your opponent closer to Molten Giant range. You can't play anything because the Sylvanas just gonna trade for one, and you have to trade it off afterwards anyways. So I do agree with the trade there. That is.
Well, first I would definitely draw the cards, I believe.
Oh yeah, of course. But oh no, because yeah. Because
well, not Azure Drake. I think I would shift face
yeah,
first.
shift face first, huh? Well, Azure Drake into shift.
I would sap then, like Shiv and sap Sylvanas, then attack face.
Yeah, but Azure Drake and shift got additional damage, so I guess it's reasonable too. This Lothab is going to be super annoying though. That's never a good moment when you have to Lothab and Lothab. It's usually good against like any other matchup, but against the handlock, it just feels really bad. Alright, so I do imagine that Tomof is going to clear the board here. Can't really afford to do a Molten Giant just yet. He could Molten Giant and trade for the 4/4 if he feels a little bit greedy. But I think the Owl is just a bit better.
Yeah, just silence the 4/5, trade Lothab, kill the 4/4 with 4/5.
Oh, Juraxis as well. Jeez. And look at that hand. That hand is just disgusting. You just wanna vomit all over the place when you see this.
I think you just ate too much.
Oh, thanks, Gnimsh. Okay, so Tomof is gonna take this opportunity to tap as much as he can to put the Molten Giants down, and then Juraxis, because as we know, if you put Juraxis, the Molten Giants are pretty much dead cards. Shade is something, I guess, but he's pretty much dead. I mean, he's gonna sap this, sure, cool, but doesn't have the cycle.
There's no Taunt Giver, right?
There's no Taunt Giver. But really, like, it still looks really, really awkward. I mean, Greensheep, I guess you could draw Leroy, but it still looks really bleak.
Do we know if he's running Leroy?
Exactly.
I don't think he's running one.
So yeah, I mean, and Leroy isn't out, right? So if he does draw Leroy, he wins. But I mean, if he draw Auctioneer, does he win? He does have 4 cycling cards, so could be
possibly. Good. I mean, that's a lot of cards.
Oh no, the tap into double Molten Giants. Sorry, Greensheep.
Yeah, Greensheep is probably going to have to change his nickname to Blue Sheep after this.
What?
He's
what?
Committing Sudoku, I guess.
Oh no.
Okay, guys, so Greensheep is out of this tournament. He had a pretty good run, but don't worry, you are going to see Greensheep in